Hey there, Stationery Squad. Welcome back to my channel. This is Kristen Creates. And if you believe a great pen and a good notebook can change your life, or at least your to-do list, then you're in the right place. Welcome to the Stationery Squad and happy Pride Month to all my LGBTQIA plus Stationery Squad folks. I just want to celebrate you, not just in June, but all around. You're very brave. I know there's a lot of stuff coming at you right now, and I can't even comprehend. And I wish the world was a better place. So, just want you to know that you matter. Your mental and physical safety matter to me, and I just want to be the best ally that I can. So, free mom hugs here if you need them. Before we get to June, let's take a moment and pause and talk about May and do a little wrap up, shall we? Okay, let me bring my May pens back from their place to get cleaned. So we'll do a quick rundown of the May pens. So the first pen here was the Bone Crusher Raspberry Ripple pen. I loved this pen. The color is beautiful. It was inked with Tom Studio Raspberry Sorbet. I will say this pen was a little long for me, so it just kind of flittered around a little bit. And not too long that's not usable, and fabulous and wonderful. Just a little odd for me. And I think that may have been what prevented me from picking one up at the show initially. Now that I've written with it, I would not hesitate to buy it again. But that said, hey, James at Bone Crusher, if you're watching, just like a little bit small, like right there. I don't know, half a quarter of inch. I don't, but still great. I give the pen a 9 and the color a 10. So let's call that a 9.5. And then our next pen was the Omnilux, or not the Omni, the Pen Lux Delgado in Snowflake with the Evo Flex nib inked with Robert Oster Cherry Blossom. I think I said Omniflex because this flex is better than Omniflex. It doesn't flex like a falcon, but it does give a little bit of variety. I was a little disappointed in the color because when I think cherry blossom, I think pink, and this was a little bit darker, like the inside of a pink. So I'm gonna say this combo was probably a 7, just because the ink disappointed me a little bit. It's not the smoothest pen, but it's still good. So can you see if I really have to press hard, which makes me a little nervous to get that flex. Then we have the smoothest of all, the Monte Grappa. No, I shouldn't say that this month because I had 2 Leonardos. Okay, they tied for smoothness. The Monte Grappa Carson with journalized ink dark matter. The pen is a 10. It's just great. I probably need to back up because I need to save the 10s for my 10s. So let's call this, yeah, it's a 10 today. Not a lot of shimmer came out. There wasn't a lot of shimmer in my swatch, but I do know this is a heavy pack shimmer, so I was a little concerned, and I took a little, deep look at my feed there, but don't see any shimmer. So it was good. Ink didn't do as much for me as I wanted it to. So I'm going to call this combo an 8. And as you can see, I wrote it dry. The watered down also wrote dry was the Leonardo Lilac Nebula. Actually only had, I think, 2 pens that I didn't write dry with the Wearing Gold Jane Eyre. This is a 9. Nope, this was an 8. Because I realized that I'm in spring summer mode, and this muted purple wasn't doing it for me like it did in the winter time. So I just want something a little brighter. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but the disappointment of the month was the Pro Gear Slim. I know. It's my first gold pen. I loved it. At the time, I still love it, but compared to my 3776 and the Pilot and the Pro Gear, this one just now leaves a lot to be desired. I think it's a great entry point to trying gold nibs. I don't regret it. but it's not my favorite anymore. And I think also this month it disappointed me because I was really excited about this Pannonia Hanover Green. It looked great in all the swatches and dip tested, but I think this medium fine just didn't give it enough room to shine. So we are calling this a 6.5. On the Pen Addict podcast this week, they talked about like pens that you reach for that just bring you happiness and joy. And that's this platinum. I know you're sick of hearing about it. I'm going to put that card up again on the unboxing. This is its third month in rotation. It had Robert Oster's Tranquility. I know I should put this away. It is written dry, which is a full converter. And honestly, it may get another rotation. This is a 10 plus. The Tranquility ink was great. The pen is just great. And then we had the newest one that snuck in a mid-month, and that was our Leonardo Aster bouquet with Ajaccio. And oh, this Leo, they're just so nice. Everything about them is fabulous. I will say, I think I wanted to start with the Iroshizuku because it's a safe ink for a first-time pen. It was too wet for this medium, and that's the only thing that's keeping it from being a 10. It's probably a 9. So a great month, only kind of one disappointment, and that's just learning and growing as we go through the fountain pen journeys. Okay, let's put those away. If you notice that Leonardo Aster is slightly different color when I wrote that number down, that gives you a hint into what is coming in June. To celebrate June, I definitely wanted to do a rainbow. Duh. I mean, I almost always want to do a rainbow, let's be clear. But okay, I like to do half of the rainbow. The cool side colors of the rainbow. And then usually one warm to mix it up. Or this month, I just really wanted to do a traditional-ish rainbow for these pen and ink pairing. And I tried to look at inks that I haven't used and that all had a similar saturation value. All right, our first pen up. What's that? It's a Lamy. Kristen, in your 8 pen video, 8 pen questions, you said you don't like Lamys. This is true. I didn't think I liked them, at least the Safaris and the AL Stars. But yeah, I was at an art store that somebody had mentioned had some fountain pen supplies. And it's actually like less than 10 minutes from my house. So I went over there. They don't have a whole lot. This is very strange. Like a few Lamys, a lot of high-end pilots, too many crosses, but the cross makes sense for the neighborhood. I would love to see them get more fountain pen stuff. So I thought it was important that I make a purchase. And so many people had said that they thought I had a lemon Lamy. So I decided to pick up this one and give it another shot. So this is the Lamy All-Star, and I think it's autumn pink. And in it is going to go the Sailor Sakura Mori. I think this is from the Gentle line. We're going to just get a little creative here with our swatching. Because why not take up 2 pages when you have a rainbow, right? So. I've had this one inked up in my pen at work this week, and I actually have enjoyed writing with it. I know, I didn't believe it either. Next up is my Esterbrook Esty in Scarlet in a medium nib. I forgot to say that All Star is also medium, and it is inked up with Winterberry from the Ink Vent calendar. I do struggle with red inks. I'm really trying to get over my aversion. Maybe I'll get there with this one. We'll see. So this is Winterberry is from the 2024 Inkvent calendar. It is supposed to be a chameleon color. It does have a lot of shimmer, some red and gold. Oops. Well, you know, why don't we have a little bleeding in there? It was also on my 25 and 25 inks to use list. So I think we're halfway through and we're making some okay progress. Let's check. I can't remember. All right. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So I've used 8 of the 25 and 25 that I wanted to use. I should probably get hot and really gonna have to make up for this. Okay, for orange pen that we've got. The only thing really even close to orange is this beautiful Heinz pen. It's the F24 model in the Red Sky at Dawn from Poorly Controlled. Look at that Chatoyance ribbon that just goes through. It's also got a bronze coated nib, so another hint from orange. And it is inked with Robert Oster and Pen Addict. Fire on fire on fire. I don't think there is another orange out in the world that is more that is cool as this one is. Now, every time I pull out this ink, honestly, sometimes I think the bottle should just live on my desk for like a fidget toy because the shimmer in this is just so fun to play with and watch. So this is a shake and shimmy ink from Robert Oster, which basically means it's got a significant amount of shimmer. Now, word of caution, I forgot that Heinz said to use shimmer inks with the plated nibs. Whoops, let's go ahead and put the one with the most shimmer that you have in. Yeah. Worst case scenario, I buy a new nib. And Heinz makes such cool colored ones. That wouldn't be such a bad thing. For yellow, we have the Jinhao 10, and I call this lemon lime. It's a fine, and this pen came from my awesome friend Charisse who sent it to me. And we have Diamond Candlelight in it, which was a 2023, I think. I think it's 2023. I should look that up. I inherited this one, and look, this bottle's almost empty. Almost kind of want to make this a huge swatch, but then I would be out of all my favorite yellows. So maybe not. Got a new a set of like rainbow colored pipettes to help me kind of navigate things, but I don't really love that how big they are. Oh, well, I got a little bit of bleeding. Oh, that's what rainbows do, right? I saw a rainbow on the way home from work. This has been a very rainy month for us here in the Denver area, and what he said, or this spring, and we have actually had more rain than Seattle, which I'm sure my mom will tell me about because she loves to compare our weather. For green, we have the Asvine V126. I really like this pen. I think for its price of it's like under 40, I'm pretty sure. It's super smooth rider. It definitely gets the feel in terms of size, maybe lengthwise size, to the pens it's trying to dupe, but the feel not quite the same. Still, it's still a great rider though. And the color in this one, is Iroshizuku's Shiku Ren. Shiku Ren is bamboo, translated to bamboo forest. in English? Chishiku, Shaiku, because I'm giving our US English phonetic rules there. Whoops. Too far. Oh well, we'll get some blends. So this is a pale green. I'd say this one is a little drier than some of the other Iroshizuku inks. So it's good that the Asvine is a really wet writer. So I think that they will be a good pair together. So if you look at a traditional Roy G. Biv, it's blue, indigo, and violet, right? So I'm stretching the blue a little. So I struggle with those colors, like especially blue and indigo and what they mean. So we're going to, but I can't not have a teal. So I went with one of, Avenue ink, and it's kind of in the sky blue teal or really blue teal range or a light blue. So, and I went ahead and put it in the teal pilot 723 vertical. It's very light. I was hoping that this big, the flex nib would help it. I don't know. Okay, this is Van Diemen's. Pixie. Van Diemen's Pixie Paris. I was really curious what a pixie parasol was. This is part of Van Diemen's Tassie Seasons line. It's Fall in Tasmania is based on it, and this color comes from a mushroom, and it's the craziest mushroom. It's blue with and it's translucent. I mean, those weird ones that they were going to say this is what a psychedelic mushroom is? Like this is the one. I mean, look, in the swatch, it's absolutely beautiful. I'll be honest, I don't know if it's going to make it through the month in a writer because that's just so hard to read. When I think indigo, I think jeans and denim. So we are using the Penlux Blue Grotto, and I believe this is a medium nib. Oh, that's a wet. And we've got Diamine Prussian Blue in here. When I swatched the Prussian Blue in the Venice Hall, somebody commented that they used a whole bottle of Prussian Blue. Oh, geez, Kirsten. And I thought, well, there's not a better recommendation I think you have for an ink than somebody used the whole bottle. I'll be happy if I use samples at this point. I get excited. Yeah, so anyway, that is Diamine Prussian Blue in the Penlux Blue Grotto. All right, for our violet, the Leonardo Aster gets to stick around for another month. And it wouldn't be a rainbow spread if we didn't have Diamine Rainbow's End in it, right? Why did I decide to spell Diamine with an E? I don't know. I want to put an apostrophe in rainbows, but it's not there on the bottle, on the ink name. So they must mean the end of all the rainbows. So I think that Diamine Rainbow's End is from the 2023 ink vet. And I think it's supposed to be, says a chameleon, so that usually means 2 types of shimmer or shimmer that changes colors. So, and I think it's supposed to be like magenta. So we're going to say that's the violet. Oh, there's starting to be a little bit of the shimmer coming out. Let me see when it dries. I'll know that the best rainbows are double rainbows. So as a nod to the double rainbow, I'm going to bring in my rainbow pen, or the only rainbow pen I have, which is the TWSBI 580, Diamond 580 in Iris, and this is a fine nib. I think the TWSBI fine nibs are probably the only ones that I would try a shimmer packed ink in, and this is getting Diamine Tranquility. And my thought was this, tie for the violet, but also a nod to kind of transferring because it's a nice kind of magenta burgundy. So it reminds us that the pinky reds could potentially start over again. Another, I guess we could have called this the revisit the ink vent in rainbow form. This is the another 2023 ink. So we've got, what's that, 3 2023s and 1 2024. All right, most of these have dried. So let's take a closer look at our pen and ink pairing. So our Lamy All-Star in Autumn Pink with Sailor Sakura Mori. So this is definitely the Cherry Blossom Pink that I was looking for that I didn't get in the Robert Oster's Cherry Blossom last month. So I'm excited about that. Then we have our Scarlet Esty with Winterberry. And can you see? Yeah, so some of that pink red shimmer coming up now. And then we've got our Heinz pen, Heinz Red Sky at Dawn in Fire on Fire. I'm going to pull to the other side because I think for whatever reason that's where the shimmer has pooled. A whole lot of shimmer coming out in the writing. Got our Lemon and Lime Jinhao with Diamine Candlelight. Our Asvine with Iroshizuku Shiku Ren. In hindsight, probably should have put Pine Needle in this one, then I would have really had the visit. Don't be surprised if at the end of the month we swap that out. And we've got our Pilot Verdigris 743 Verdigris with Van Diemen's Pixie Parasols. I mean, is this a match or is this a match? We've got our Penlux Delgado, our Blue Grotto, and Diamine Prussian Blue. Okay, can you see that Rainbow's End shimmer, that pink magenta shimmer in there? And then, of course, it's with our Leonardo Aster, which is a great match. I didn't have Rainbow's End. I just got that. So I didn't have it when I was doing the Aster unboxing, although I wouldn't have started with a shimmer no matter what. And then still drying, but we have our TWSBI Iris and the Diamine Tranquility. So I think you can see a little bit of that shimmer. Okay, friends, I hope that you have a wonderful and fabulous week. And I hope you have some bright colors. I hope you are celebrating all of the rainbows in your life, whether that be a person or just the small drops of joy, or even seeing a rainbow at the end of a thunderstorm, because sometimes life is just a trash heap. So be a raccoon and look for the shiny things. Until next time, keep the ink on the fingers and keep being awesome. Bye for now.